welcome to today's segment. I am Nicole. For those of you who don't already know me, I work behind the scenes with Mike on his channel and his second trucking company. And he told me that you all wanted to see more recipes and asked me if I'd be willing to bring you into my kitchen and show you what I do here. I am a little bit of a home cook. So I think since it's November, we should do some Thanksgiving recipes. And the first recipe I wanted to share with you guys is something that I call brick chicken. In England, they call it spatchcock chicken. And the other feature of this chicken is that I'm going to be doing a dry brine, which brings me to my next point. Why am I making a chicken instead of turkey on Thanksgiving? Well, quite frankly, turkey's disgusting. And if you disagree with me, please put it in the comments and tell me why you think I'm wrong. So you can make any combination of spices that you want with this. I chose to do just really basic Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, paprika, light brown sugar, and orange zest. My mystery ingredient here is something called galangal powder. I don't expect anyone to have it lying around their kitchen, but I like to cook Asian cuisine, so I happen to have it, and I think it's a really nice flavor with poultry. The other thing I wanted to mention is that if you do choose to do zest of either orange or lemon, you can, well, first of all, I realized before filming this that I didn't have my zester, it broke. So I chose to use a cheese grater in a flash, which I don't recommend because you see here, the lighter material under the skin of the orange is what's called pith. It's a really funny word, but it's super bitter and you don't want it in your cooking. So I don't recommend using a cheese grater like I did here. So the other thing is spatchcock. Spatchcock is basically a fancy way of saying that the spine is cut out of the chicken and the chicken is then cooked sort of open and flat, and usually has something heavy on top of it and weighs it down, and also creates more of a char. So to get started, let's first combine all our ingredients into one bowl. Left my salt sitting too long ago. Paprika. Galangal. Now, you can make whatever combination of spices that you want, but you absolutely have to include salt. This is a very important part of the process. The salt is going to act in drawing moisture out of the chicken and assimilating them with the spices, and then with enough time, the salt will act in having the chicken pull all that fluid back together into the flesh of the meat, pulling all that delicious flavoring in. So I'm gonna mix this up really well. All right, guys, now that we have our chicken seasoned, I just went ahead and put some saran wrap over it. Made sure you keep the saran wrap really close to the skin so that as those juices come out, they're kept close to the chicken and then they can get reabsorbed by the flesh. I'm gonna put this in the fridge till I'm ready to cook it, and we'll see you guys then. All right, everybody, we're back, and our chicken has been in the fridge marinating for about 24 hours. You can see there's lots of nice juices accumulated in the pan there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my saran wrap off. I think next time I do this, I'm going to put it breast side down. Just since that's the thicker part of the meat, I could probably use the most moisture. I'm gonna go ahead and dab the excess moisture off of this. The next thing we're gonna do is put some softened butter under the skin. This is going to help keep the skin from sticking to the pan. It's also going to add some moisture back and some fat. And finally, it's going to help caramelize the skin as it cooks and all that sugar starts to break down. Got my butter here. Using a high fat content butter. I use too much butter when I cook. So in general, I make this recipe on the grill. It's a really great summertime recipe. But today I'm gonna do a little experiment for you guys and do it in my oven. So you can do this with a brick. It's a regular old brick wrapped in aluminum foil, clean, of course. But I have a lot of cast iron pans, so I'm gonna put them to work. Let's shove some butter in here. You really can't use too much butter. Throw a little more in here. So I have my oven preheated to 425 degrees and my seasoned steel pan is already in there piping hot. And I also have a large cast iron pan that is wrapped in aluminum foil that's gonna sit on top of this chicken and weigh it down. All right, here we go. Alright guys, my chicken has been in the oven under the cast iron pan at 425 degrees for about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the pan off the top, cover my chicken in foil, and reduce my heat down to 350 degrees. It's nice to start it at a higher temperature to really kickstart the cooking process, crisp up that skin. But if you keep it at 425, you risk really drying out your bird. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Oh man, this smells so good. I really wanna show you guys what I see. Hopefully the lighting's good enough and you can really hear that crackle. So you'll see even after just 10 minutes, that chicken's really staying nice, wide and open. So it's definitely time to reduce my heat here. I think I'll bring it down to 350. If we continue to make more of these segments, I think you guys will learn about me. I'm a chronic rule bender, and I don't really like following recipes and directions, so you'll have to bear with me, and we can all learn together. And definitely, please let me know what other side dishes you might want to see made for this Thanksgiving. I have a dessert lined up. Please excuse my dog. Loki, go. Go. I know you smell chicken. Go. There's my dumb dog. Say hi, dumb dog. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. Some people might be missing the stuffing and they're saying, what about the stuffing for this recipe? I definitely want to show you guys this bread pudding stuffing recipe that I make every year, and you won't miss your stuffing at all, believe me. I'll check back in when this chicken's ready to go. All right, guys, my chicken's been in the oven at 350 with the foil over it for about another 10 minutes. I just wanted to mention really quick that this is a really small bird, so you shouldn't really follow my timing exactly. You kind of got to use your intuition here a little bit. If you have a bigger bird, it's going to take more time. Simple as that. So I think it's time for me and my tiny bird to flip over and lose the foil. We need 2 tools for this. Ooh, that looks so good. I think it's gonna need a little more time. Let's just see where we're at. Oh yes, quite a bit more time. I think I'm gonna cover this to keep it from getting dried out. My internal temperature on that was about 115 degrees, so I'm gonna let that go for 15 more minutes at 350, and we'll check it again after that. And then at the very end, I'm gonna give it a quick low broil just to crisp up that skin. See you guys soon.